Hi, I'm Claire Criscuolo. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm the co-founder with my late husband, Frank Criscuolo, of Claire's Copia. We're located on the corner of Chapel and College in downtown New Haven, diagonally across from Old Campus at Yale University. We started on September 17th, 1975, which means we're entering our 50th year in a very short time, and we're thrilled. We started out really because my husband and I wanted to work together, newly married, totally in love, and I thought if we had a restaurant, I could spend my days cooking, and I love to cook. And I thought if we opened a restaurant, I could just spend my days cooking, which of course turned out not to be the case when you run a restaurant because there are a lot of other things beyond cooking. But it's been a blessing and it's a joy, and I would do it again. New Haven is where we belong. This community embraced us, not necessarily at the beginning. At the beginning, I think everyone thought we were a bunch of hippies because we started out actually with serving everything from all over the world. The reason I wanted to do this was I really wanted to serve food from everybody's kitchen, everybody's grandmother's kitchen. When I was a kid, my mother, of course, made only Italian food, and I would go to the library and I would look up foods from other parts of the world. And my mother would sometimes say, "Don't you want to make grandma's food?" And I would say, "I do, but I want to make other people's grandma's food too." And my older brother Billy, traveled all over during school breaks, and he always came back with ideas and stories about the different foods and the people. And he would take me to New York City a lot, which was wonderful because I got to taste Middle Eastern food and French food and Irish pub food, and it was wonderful, and it was a great experience. And I'm a big fan of peace. In fact, it's the way I close every letter I send. And be kinder than necessary is our hashtag. So we kind of just wanna do the right thing. And this city embraced that. And this restaurant, our customers are amazing. I mean, we have customers who come here from New Haven Reads and Clifford Beers Clinic and Ronald McDonald House and the Catholic Charity League and on and on and on, and all our kin and the Christian Community Action and Marrakesh, and people who help people come here, and the Sarah, and also Connecticut CASA, the Court Appointed Special Advocate Program. So there's such good energy here. People always comment on it. I mean, the food is very good too, but honestly, it's the people. It's the people who make it the wonderful place that it is, and the place that I still love 48 and a half years later. And my team are the best. I have people who've been here 25 years, 30 years, 20 years. Rosie, my mini-me, has been here since her first job. Margie, my husband knew Margie when she was a kid, and she's been here for probably 20 years. And Juana, our kitchen goddess, another long time. We have dishwashers here for 30 years. It's just that kind of a place. I always want to pay better than anyone else because I expect more than anyone else. And it's not that I want to be poor, because I don't. I've been there, done that. But I don't want anyone else to be either. So we're kind of Goonies. We do things a little differently. We're not, I don't know, sometimes we say we're not normal people. We just do things differently, and we're going to do it this way, or I'm not going to do it. If I can't pay fair wages and pay benefits and pay personal time off and contribute to my community and help lift New Haven children out of poverty, I don't want to do this. But I could do that, and so I do that, and that's what we do. But with all the help we have from the community, like I said, it really does. When they say it takes a village, it absolutely does. And when Vivek Murthy, our Surgeon General, talked about like community and what it means, we got it, and we knew it, because we know how important a community is. And if you know each other and you work together, you just can't help but be better. And that's the way we like to live our life, and that's the way we like to run our business. Our customers do good things. They care about the environment. So when we charge more because we wanted things compostable early on, I mean, when I read about BPA, I'm like, we can't have that. When we read about, I mean, we buy as much organic as we possibly can. We really follow the environmental working group and follow the Clean 13. and avoid the dirty dozen. So we work hard to do that, but people care about that. The people who come here care about that. Thank goodness, because of Yale University and the Yale properties, we get to compost now in the kitchen, which is fabulous because twice a year they give us 100 pounds of compost made from our scraps, and then we give it to our friends who garden. So it's just a neat place. I mean, everything's not wonderful, believe me. We went through 9/11 like everyone else. We went through the COVID like everyone else. But the difference is that we got through it together because we are a community. And that to me is the most important thing. You know, anybody can make food, but everybody can't make a community, which is why more of us, all of us, need to make a community and be part of a community. And that's what we get to do. We're really careful about ingredients. We try to buy the freshest. We signed they call it the 100-mile pledge, to buy within that area. We used to actually have our own organic gardeners, but now because of the volume we use, we buy from a commercial grower, but it's, again, a lot of small family farms. Gilberti's is right in Westport, and they still make magnificent organic arugula and herbs. We try to make things like that, and we try to respect everyone's background. We do a lot of Italian food, a lot of Mexican food. We also do Caribbean food and Southern food, and we want to honor everyone's heritage. And as we like to say, everyone needs to be at the table. And it's a wonderful way to talk about your culture through your food. For me, that's a tremendous thing to do. I mean, for instance, we don't use vanilla extract, even though we love it, but we use the powder because our Muslim customers don't drink alcohol. They don't have alcohol, and we want to respect that, and we want to let them be able to have our delicious desserts. So we use the powder. We just make those accommodations. We have separate sections for gluten-free because about 20 years ago, a freshman came in from Yale, really arrived, and she was sobbing. She was sobbing because she just got diagnosed with celiac disease. And she was terrified. So, and again, I'm an old registered nurse. I said, okay, please don't cry. We'll figure this out. And we did. And now we're very highly respected for our ability to handle allergies. And we do, and we're very careful. I mean, we're not God, but I don't think anyone's more careful than we are. It's part of our training. It's part of our commuter questions. And I even was asked to do a project with Yale Gastroenterology to help them with allergies with their gastroenterology department, to help with diet and recipes. So we just try to do it right. Okay, so soup and bread is the foundation of this place in our desserts. Year round we sell quarts and quarts of soup. And we know it's a really good way to get nutrition. It's a great way to get your fruits and vegetables. It's a great way to get nourishment, your beans, your protein. And our homemade bread is amazing. Some people even come in and ask, what do I have to order to get the bread? It's like, well, actually you can order the bread, but you get it with pretty much everything. And again, I apologize for how loud it is in here, but we have lots of fabulous kids all the time. Well, our soups, pasta fagioli is very popular. Chili gazpacho in the summer. We make a minestrone. We make a French peasant. Those are very popular. Anything with lentil, Turkish red lentil, French lentil, Italian lentil. What else are great? Aso pau, a wonderful Puerto Rican soup with plantains. We also do a really good Irish cabbage soup with cauliflower and onions, and it's so good. The French peasant's very popular with Great Northern beans and cabbage and potatoes, organic of course. And I'd have to say those are the most popular soups we make. We also make matzo ball soup during Jewish holidays. And our desserts, oh my God. The Lithuanian coffee cake is our signature cake, and the carrot cake. Those are the two most popular. Our carrot cake is killer. It has pineapple and walnuts and raisins, and it's so good. My favorite is I love pie, and our crusts are so tender. But I also like a hand pie with a puff pastry dough with organic apples. I love that. And also our vegan section, we make a vegan chocolate mini loaf. We don't make our gluten-free desserts or our vegan desserts in cake form. We make them only in cupcake or cookie or mini loaf because I'm terrified that because we're not God and we get busy, what if we use a knife and that would cross-contaminate? This way here, they're in their own little isolated section and then they're individual, so we don't have to worry about that. And we have people who come in all the time who tell us they eat here because they can trust us. We had a lady call years ago and she said, I want to thank you. Today was the first day I had lunch out and I didn't get a stomach ache. And I'm thinking, okay, that's kind of an odd compliment. I mean, I like your restaurant because it didn't give me a stomach ache. I mean, we have to reach better than that. And she said, no, I have celiac disease. And I just thought, wow, so all of that matters, and it's about respect. You need to respect people's choices. You need to respect their wishes. You need to do the best you can. And I'm not saying we don't make a mistake. God knows we make mistakes. Sometimes you'll hear a crash in the kitchen every once in a while, and that's somebody's food. But thank God, not too often. So we tithe. So at least 10% of our profits go to charity, and we are probably known in this community as much for our philanthropy as for our food. And we're very proud of that. In fact, New Haven Reads just sent me the email today and said, are you going to be able to be a sponsor again for our spelling bee? And it's like, but of course. So we do that. And we have drives. We'll do backpack drives or clothing drives. Our customers are amazing. We started a hygiene poverty closet for the Yale Child Study about almost 3 years ago. And it's been amazing. And now it's extended to the St. Martin de Porres School and the Honeybee Project. And it started out just with a little closet in our restaurant, and it got so big because our customers are amazing. And they were sending so many goods that we finally made a closet at the Yale Child Study. And they developed a QR code so people could just send things right to the clinic. And I just met with Carolina Perot, who is the woman who oversees it, and she and I did it together. We started it together with Linda Mays, who's the director of Yale Child Study. And I said, how's it going? Supplies being held up? And she said, Claire, it's incredible. So, and this is wonderful because the second biggest reason we've read that children in New Haven don't go to school is no hygiene products. So imagine not having a bar of soap or having enough soap to decide should you wash your hair or your clothes or your body. So this is something we can do because we're a machine. Please come and visit us. Come and have our food. Enjoy the vibe and stay well and be kinder than necessary.